Welcome to the Concrete Genius Podcast. I'm your host, the Concrete Genius, Sauce McKenzie. It's a beautiful Wednesday, man. I appreciate y'all for joining me, boy. Kevin Gates in town. It's a lot of little nasty tricks in Indianapolis gonna let you spit in their mouth, Kevin. Hope you drunk a lot of water. Thank you for joining me, man. I'm your stupendous host, if that's a word, Sauce McKenzie. I'm honored to have you with me. It's always a blessing to have you with me. Been a little under the weather. I'm better now. But excuse me if the voice ain't immaculate, as it usually is, if you do notice. It's been a lot going on. New Drake album. I'm not a Drake fan, but I am engaged in the reactions to it. It's very, very comical how people can't criticize certain rappers, certain entertainers. I've never been a Drake fan. I've never been a Fat Joe fan, Nav, French Montana, really none of that shit, man. You know, I like my rap like I like my chicken, man, cooked by niggas. You know what I mean? Four dark grandparents. You know, I'm more of a Gary Indiana type, gritty. You know, I don't have nothing against it. You know, I'll be out there partying. I party with all nationalities. It sound good. I listen to it. It just ain't my cup of tea. I don't get in debates about it because it's like debating about somebody's opinion to me is kind of weird. It's kind of unnecessary, but I do feel some type of way. I didn't like the way he kind of went at Joe Budden, especially the fact I know he used to idolize him. Well, I know a lot of inside industry stuff, and then you could just, if you follow Joe Budden, you kind of know a lot about, you know, how Drake came to him for advice and stuff like that. So I don't like the fact that his dad got to jump on and criticize people and, you know, attack people for criticizing the album. Like, that's what comes with being a global star. The man's a global star. I do acknowledge that. I don't have no personal attacks for him. I don't even listen to his music enough to criticize it, but I just think the sensitivity in which people protect this man like a white woman is kind of off-putting somewhat, you know what I mean? But to each their own. I like how Joe retaliates. Joe Budden's really kind of at the top of the game right now, top of the food chain when it comes to this podcasting, because when your opinion bothers people that much, then that's when you really know you win it. It's kind of like me. I say something about a culture, a person, you know, on a smaller scale. Somebody in Indiana marrying somebody not black, marrying somebody different nationality. I say something about LeBron, Kobe. I say something about anything, it's gonna get people's attention. People, people will. I can say something people don't agree with, and they'll tell me my opinion don't matter. But if it really didn't matter, you wouldn't even pay attention to it. That's how I look at it. Like, I don't even. I see sneak disses about me. People trying to get on because, like my nephew said, I interview legends. So, like, arguing with me, disagreeing with me, will get you clout. But if I didn't have that clout, or if I didn't have no status, or whatever you want to call it, you wouldn't pay me no attention. You just be like, oh man, he weird. I'm ignoring him. You can't ignore something that's taking the world by storm, taking the country by storm. And that's kind of similar to the Drake Joe Budden situation. I don't think Joe Budden really said nothing wrong. He just was critical of the album. He was critical of the growth. Um, you know, you look for your artist to grow with you. And that's what he was complaining about. And honestly, his complaints weren't even malicious. He was just kind of spitting his own little thought process with it, what he felt about it. Excuse me. And Drake took it personal. And then the shit just kind of blew up from there. It's just kind of in his feelings. You know, something about, you know, being an American black dude, your skin a little tougher. You know what I'm saying? It's a little thicker. It's like gristle. You know what I'm saying? We really been through some shit, so we don't really, we'll check somebody for disrespect, but like most, like, I give you an example. If I say something on this microphone about Bomani Jones, right? he ain't gonna pay no attention to it. Even if the criticism is valid or fair, he ain't gonna pay no attention to it. Even if he hear it and he don't like it, he's not gonna pay no attention, because paying attention to it means like, okay, now I'm really in my feelings about something that this guy said, and I'm on HBO. And that's kind of the same thing. Like, if Drake felt a certain way, he should have just kept it that way. Maybe called him, hey man, this and that. I ain't like this or that. But that long post, that's that non-black American shit, bro. That's extra sensitive, extra gooey. You know what I'm saying? Like, let a man get off whatever he gotta say. To me, it don't even matter. Like how Cardi B say, like, I can't show you love today because you might wish me dead tomorrow. That's how I look at people when they comment and get their opinions about me. It really don't even matter. Like, if you know you living good, you eating good, you flying in jets, you doing this, you doing that, like, man, you ain't got to get no soliloquy about somebody you feel like that's a hater. Especially if you and that guy was friends. If you and that guy weren't even friends, it really don't matter. Cold pressed juices. Yeah, so I don't really have a. It would be fake of me to criticize Drake's albums because I've never been a Drake fan. If a Drake song come on, I'm partying in Las Vegas. Of course, I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, turn that shit off." But I ain't never got in my car and played Drake on the playlist. Here's one song of Drake's. The only song of Drake's I played, and it's ironic because it was engineered by Parks, was Sandra's Rose. I don't know what it was about Sandra's Rose. That was one song I probably played about 4 or 5, 10 times. But I've never like, nah. I just never felt them. Like I didn't, everybody has classifications in rap, what they like, what they don't like. And I like just more gritty shit, Gucci Man, Jeezy type shit. That's just always been my lane. Like, what somebody from the Middle East might like, I'm pretty sure I ain't gonna like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just different. I like rappers who grew up with black teachers and black principals. Atlanta niggas, Memphis niggas, you know what I mean? Gary niggas, Oakland niggas, you know what I mean? Inner city LA niggas, like that's the kind of music I like. So that's what I listen to. Florida niggas, you know what I'm saying? Texas niggas. I don't like private school rap. I don't like, you know, I'm just a throwback stole. People, oh man, you old, times change, and that's fine. I am of an older cloth. I'm blessed to be older, but I still got my preferences. I am hip hop. Like I am the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like most rappers see dudes like me and start rapping to get the shit that I had. Now the difference is now rappers attain more than street niggas. Back in the days, and it's always been like this. The hustlers always inspired the rappers to chase the dream. And it used to be in the times, and I'm not advocating for this no more because I don't want to sound like the old man saying get off my lawn, but it used to be a time where you had to live how you rap. Like, I think Drake was more tolerable when he was younger because his message was clear cut. He was, next to Wayne, he didn't rap all the grimy shit. He just rapped clever. But like talking to other people that don't like him or fans that don't like him as much no more is more the Godfather shit, the mafioso big boss shit. Like, don't nobody want to hear that gangster shit. Not from somebody from Canada, you know. But I wish him well. I don't have nothing against him. I don't have nothing against nobody really. I just don't listen to his music. I just didn't like the way he went at Joe Budden. Like, we can't act like Joe Budden was some bum ass nigga, bro. That's just wild. You know what I'm saying? Like, Joe Budden had bars, Slaughterhouse, Mood Music. Everybody always jumped to the pump it up that one hit, but I mean, How many people do you know that really listen to rap off the radio? That's the difference. Like most black folks don't even go to the radio for their rap. You know what I'm saying? Like it's mixtapes, CDs, and playlists, and everybody fuck with Joe Budden. You know what I mean? I've never heard a nigga say Joe Budden was trash until the mainstream, international rap based crowd started saying he was trash. And it's just ludicrous. You know what I'm saying? You can debate who's better MCs or whoever, but man, just ain't been trash. That's just a lie. So, I think the reaction was goofy. His dad jumping in it was unnecessary. And I'm a dad. I can't tell niggas how to protect their son, but come on, man. Like, you mad because a nigga told your son stop having sex with 22-year-olds? Like, that's just part of life. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. At some point, as your fans evolve, they expect you to evolve. Even if you evolve to the point where you're not doing it no more, it's always been the stepping stones of rap. Like LL. I was 15, 16. I was a big LL fan. LL was a family man. Cube, big Cube fan. Cube became a family man. Hell, Bobby Brown became a family man. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the dudes you looked up to back in the day, like, they all grew up and they evolved, and that's all they asking. And they didn't even really demand it. They was just asking, like, we want to see something better. We like your music. And that shit struck a nerve. Only a hit dog a holler. That's a very, very, very important segue. Only a hit dog a holler. A lot of people say some slick shit to me all the time, man. You call you out your name, say shit, people get your attention. And I know 48 laws of power shit, your reputation is all you got protected with your life. Not in these days. That was before the advent of social media. Before social media, your reputation was all you had. You had to protect it with your life. Somebody say something, you pull up on them, slap the shit out of them, go back home. I've been doing that since I was 12. That was different. Nowadays, social media has put nerds, gangsters, squares, tough guys, fake tough guys, people that can't fight, people that call the police, people that has shot somebody, people that won't shoot somebody, people that think about shooting people. They put them all in the same pot. So you got to navigate social media different. It ain't like the days before everybody had a phone with your face on it. Like now, you get on Twitter, you get on Facebook, you could be living in a $500,000 house and a weirdo in an apartment with curtains, with sheets for curtains, and be like, oh, you ain't shit, nigga. You supposed to go splack this nigga? Fuck. That don't even make sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from the era of players, bro. Like, we gonna let you wallow in your misery. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even acknowledge nobody ain't pushing what I'm pushing, living how I'm living. And then now at this age, excuse me, you reach the advanced age, you start getting older, your kids become grown. Man, you got too much to lose to pop off over a weirdo. And so if you don't, when you respond like that, that means either this person got too many ears, or that means you care about this person, or you care about their opinion. Either way, just gotta relax. You know what I'm saying? Only hit dogs gonna holler. Motherfucker, I could be in the club. I'd have been in the club even when I was on my angry shit. And somebody, dude, come to the club, man, I smack any motherfucker in here. I ain't gonna even really make eye contact. I might look, but I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. Now, if he looking at me, I'ma still let it go. Cause this dude ain't took the ride I done took, bro. Like, one thing about knowing yourself, right? And knowing you really tough and knowing you could really go there is like you try to you try to exhaust all remedies before violence is initiated. That's the difference between a real OG who been in the streets or somebody who just played some basketball or something, and they got tough later, or they was a nerd and they graduated, they went to college, and now they want to be tough. They gonna jump first sign of disrespect. They gonna, I'm gonna shoot the club, I'm gonna pull out Glock switches. Nigga, you 27, you pull out switches, nigga, you was on honor roll. That's what's wrong with the streets right now. Me, nigga say something crazy to me, man, let me get up out of here before I catch a body. Or he catch one. Either way, I lose. His life ain't good as mine, I still lose. So that's the mentality you gotta have, like, when you out. That's what I teach my sons, my nephews, my little homies, like, these days, it did not so bad. When you was a player, you would bump into a weirdo every now and then that you was shining so hard that he would be willing to lose his life just to knock you off your shine. But now, with social media, dudes can look on your social media and they can see, oh man, this dude, he been to Vegas 10 times in a year and a half. This dude been to Miami 4 times. This dude been to Texas. He been to New York. Man, I ain't been nowhere but to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that breeds that jealousy. Dude see you, he see you taking selfies and you shining, and you looking good, your skin clear, and you know what I mean? Your teeth white. And it's nigga ain't got none of this. And they'll be like, oh man, I hate him. See, before it was levels, everybody was in rooms before social media. You had the street hustlers. They was in one room. Street hustlers had a code, like, hey man, everybody out here a player, bro. We out here trying to survive, man. You go to the bar. That's why I'm able to move around every city. I be in the hood, I be in the trenches. I go to the bar. Oh no, baby, he was next. I cut him off. Hey, what you drinking, man? My fault. Hey, excuse me, bro. Hey, how y'all players doing? You looking nice, man. How y'all, you know what I mean? I know how to move around, bro. I'm a congenial dude. Mr. Congeniality. But we was all in our own room. This was for the advent of the internet. Then the very top of the line players was able to go to other rooms and mingle. Go in square rooms and mingle. Have a good conversation with your Jewish bail bondsman or your Jewish attorney and mingle. Go to lunch. That was for the upper echelon guys with the supreme gift of gab. Wasn't no internet to give you access to us. That's who I learned from. The true players, the true pimps, the true gangsters, the true strong men of backbone in the neighborhood. I say all the time, my dad drove a yellow Cadillac when I was a kid. Man, that ain't average. You know what I mean? Like, I learned from the real. My uncle drove a Cadillac. Like, I learned from the real. 10, 12 suits in the cleaners. Every time you go to cleaners, his ties and his jewelry, and women lay his jewelry out before he got dressed. I saw that. So that used to be exclusive. You couldn't pander that. Now, the internet allows dudes to pander any kind of lifestyle they want. That's why so much conflict in the real world. Then the squares used to be in a room before the internet. So, the dudes who just was kind of cool, they wasn't scary or nothing, but they was just good dudes. They went to work, they took care of their family. They didn't really break the law. They may get them a bag of weed or a 6-pack of something every Friday. But they went and they socialized and they moved around how they moved around. And that was cool. They stayed on the fringes and they kept their conversations where they need to keep them. And I was friends with a lot of these dudes. Those dudes and the players usually kind of sometimes co-mingle because usually they grew up together. You know what I mean? It was just a lifestyle choice. We both come from a dangerous environment. I choose to break the law. I choose maybe not to break the law. Maybe I saw my brother get killed. Maybe I saw my brother go to prison. So I'm going to not break the law, but we all come from the same place. I'm a man like you. It was rooms. Certain rooms co-mingle. Then you had other rooms. You had the ex-college dudes. See, when I was coming up of college age, the ex-college dudes, they used to look down on street niggas. They didn't want to be associated with no street nigga. I've studied 4 years. I have my bachelor's. in communications. I am a business major. I am a member of such and such. That was a room. And it wasn't no hate from the players. Some of my best friends are college graduates, degree holders, whatever they may be. But they all had their own room. The majority of that room used to look down on niggas, but they married they type of women. They hung out where they hung out. You know, they went to like debutantes and, you know, they put on like Kentucky Fried Chicken hats and shit. Like, they dressed up certain ways for certain events. That was their lane. Didn't no player want to go to none of that. And they didn't want to be where the players was at. You know? And then you had like the ex-athletes. The ex-athletes would mingle kind of in that room. A couple of the ex-athletes would dip over there where the players and the people from the hood from. But mostly they mingled with the college athletes. And everybody had their own lane. Dude was like, okay, I coached, I played, I'm going here. I'm finna coach, I'm finna do this. I don't want to be associated with them players and them pimps and them drug dealers. I didn't want to do that. And then, bow, something happened. Now, when did the change happen? I don't know. But then all of a sudden, the square niggas, the college graduate dudes, they started wanting to be on flyers looking like dope dealers. They started wanting to drop out of college and sell drugs. They started wanting to drop out of college and rap about the stuff that the dudes in the pimps and player room was rapping about. So now they had a strategic angle because it was more of them with more opportunities. See, a lot of dudes in that pimps and player room, 95% of the niggas that hit the streets, really hit the streets at like preteen. When I say hit the streets, I'm talking about between the ages of 13 and 15. That's when you really hit the streets. A lot of dudes that hit the streets, 90% of them had either fucking damn near had suffered some type of incarceration if they alive, right? So as you get older, 20s, 30s, that herd thins out. So before, that herd used to just thin out. The club would just be more exclusive. Man, what's good with you, baby? Good to see you still around, you know? Hey, man, my man, I remember we used to. It was a thin herd of dudes who survived being hustlers their whole life, being in the streets their whole life. Well, what happened was the squares, the nerds, they started saying, you know what? I remember that attention he used to get in high school. See, they used to, the street dude used to not be glorified in his 20s and 30s. Before rap got older, by the time you got 25, most people didn't want a street dude unless they was women from the streets. They was part of the life too. But somewhere along the line, I don't know if it was Tupac, I don't know if it was DMX, I don't know what it was, but the wild dude became the object of all women. So that put pressure on the squares. Even I know I come from a good two-parent home. I know I went to basketball practice every day of my life. I've been playing basketball overseas. I'm a good guy. I want to look like a dope dealer. I want to rap like a dope dealer. I want to act like a drug dealer. Put pressure on because the drug dealers and the street niggas have always been at the top of the food chain from like 13 to like 20 something. But what happens when that explosion happened now, you got 40-year-old women saying they want a street nigga. So now if you a square, you making 400,000, 300,000, you got to go get you a motherfucking chick from the hood. You got to drop down and break. She would have, 30 years ago, a chick from the hood would have broke her neck to been with a square. A square wouldn't even looked at a chick from the hood 20 years ago. Now, squares want to smoke hooker. They want to get the chicks with the piercings and the chicks can't read and write and the boosters and the thieves. That's what the squares want. So like, that's why when you see like all these conversations about dating and what women want and what men want, and it's so much confusion because everybody in the same room. We weren't meant to be in the same room. you know? We were meant to be in separate rooms based on what you learned and how you developed to be an adult. Before, your background and your upbringing meant something to your characteristics as being an adult. Now everybody want to act hard. You can take a nigga been in college, you see a black block party full of hood niggas, and he'll want to hang out. He don't know none of these niggas. He don't know the rules. He don't know who beefing. He ain't ready to shoot nothing. He ain't ready to get shot. But he want to be in that atmosphere so bad because he couldn't be in it at 15, 16. He playing catch up. And that's what's wrong with the world right now. Too many 30-year-olds playing catch up for the time they was nerds. Too many 40-year-old men playing catch up for the time they was nerds. And so now if you look at it, the game then flipped. If you look at most real OGs, ex-convicts, man, them niggas got families, they got businesses, they got homes, they got kids playing sports, they got kids doing fucking computer engineering, smart shit, they sending their kids academic shit. So now the cycle didn't change, and now the dudes who were squares, they kids is toting guns, claiming gangs, and shooting up shit from $200,000-$300,000 houses, or even, well, I can't say that because most of them ain't even getting money like the OGs. But they kids is the ones that's acting wild because they 42 and they can't let it go. See, you, man, by the time I was 30 something, I'm done. Bro, I've been going out, getting dressed, go out since I was 14, 15, hanging with the old niggas, taking pictures, West Side Lounge with the players, with the gangsters. They picked me up to drive and crack jokes. So, like, by the time I got to my 30s, it was easy. I'm done with this shit. Squares can't let it go, man. You know? So, the thing about it is rooms, divisiveness, lanes, social media, music, entertainment has everything convoluted. And that's the reason why a lot of men can't stand on their identity. That's why it's so many shootings, there's so much violence, because you got weirdos partying with gangsters. You got ex-athletes acting like gangsters. You got ex-nerds acting like gangsters. So now you 34, a nigga that's calm, that's been toting a pistol since he was 13, 14. By the time he's 34, man, only time he want to lift that motherfucker is if you fucking with his kids or breaking in his house. But that nigga that just got that gun permit and now he acting like one of the outlaws from Tupac gang, Napoleon or something. The minute you, hey man, hey bro, we was sitting right here. Nigga, fuck you. Cause he all shot off in the head. He playing catch up. He's a misconstrued, underdeveloped, mentally overgrown gangbanger. And that's the problem with our society, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this amazing TED Talk. We jumping back on here later tonight. We're going to talk a little Will and Jada. I'm disgusted in you, Jada. Not really, but Will, you deserve better, man. You made Men in Black. You know what I'm saying? The Pursuit of Happiness. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Hancock. Come on, man. You fucking deserve Bad Boys, man. Mike Lowry. You got her out here, man. You slapping niggas and shit, bro. Nah, man. We can't have that, William. Not only that, I remember you as DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Girls just don't understand. And they don't, Will. That's why I need you to get it together, man. Go date you something else, man. I don't care if it's a white woman, bro. Find you somebody that's gonna love you, Will Smith, man. Find you a good stepmom for them children. You deserve better, man. You are the Fresh Prince, man. You moved to Bel Air. I got in one little fight and my mom got scared. Hey, I was a teenager when that happened. So this is important to me, you know? I hate to see that woman embarrassing you, William. You know? You one of my idols, buddy. You know? You made 3 Men in Blacks. You know? I ain't like that movie where you had to play that gay man. Tom Hanks, other than that, bro, listen, You one of my favorite actors. Man, Ali. This nigga was Ali. Man, you disrespecting Muhammad Ali. This nigga was Ali Boombaye. You same nigga. She the same woman got Ali suspended by the Nation of Islam for wearing that dress. That's Jada Pinkett in real life. Life imitates art. Art imitates life. I need you to do better, Will. And we love you. We stand by you, man. We wrap our arms around you, black man. We cover you in your times of trouble, because we've all been there. And we pray for you, Will. Find you a milk merchant, man. Find you a white woman, black woman. Whatever you got to do, Will. But you got to find you some peace, man. God bless. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. We don't miss.org. Y'all see the card right there. Look at that card right there. All my listeners, you want to see that card? I'm coaching. I'm training. I'm back in the mix. You know what I'm saying? We don't miss.org is the brand. Got a new book from my homie. 12 P's a day. We're going to go over that. I'm going to get them on the pod. I'm writing a couple of books. ConcreteGeniusMedia.com. Concrete Genius Media on Facebook. Excuse me. Concrete Genius Podcast on TikTok. Concrete Genius Pod on YouTube. Concrete Genius Pod on Instagram. Concrete Genius 6 on Twitter. Follow me on any and everything, because I'm everywhere. God bless, man. Hope you enjoy this Wednesday. Pray for your family. Pray for your loved one. We out. Sauce. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's been a great run. Part 2 coming later today. We got that heat coming. Like, share. Follow me on Twitter, man. I'm an interesting follow. I'm kind of everywhere. And I appreciate y'all, man. God bless. Thank you. We out.